XRP holders, I told you this would happen. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Also, Ripple is investing over $3 billion. You're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end. We got some very interesting news and theories about the crypto markets, theories about investing that you're not going to want to miss. You're going to want to watch all the way to the end of the video, to the last drop. Also, I have a new big competition on one of our partners on the channel that you are not gonna want to miss. It is only for us, and I'll explain in just a second. But all I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button because I did really fast. Let's get into it. Please read the disclaimer. I'm sorry for being so cringe. It's my dad joke of the day. I'm sorry. Right now, XRP is sitting at $1.21, down minus 1.5% on the day, kind of on par of what's going on here. Stocks also pulling back a little bit. You can see NASDAQ and S&P 500. NASDAQ down 1.33%. So XRP is in line with that. What is dropping big time, what is collapsing, right, is oil. Oil prices down already to 74. I told you that as soon as the deal was in place, there was high probability that we'd see oil drop. And as we get closer to the second phase of it, it's more likely that we'll get back to this 60-ish area, even down maybe to the 50s, as long as the plan continues. Right now, the U.S. will allow Iran to immediately begin selling oil and fuel under the deal to end the war, per the Wall Street Journal. And this is huge. Why? Because one, the strait is opening up, right? So of course that could be, inject a significant amount of oil into the market. But the fact that Iran will now be allowed to sell oil, it's going to release a huge amount of extra oil as well. So until now, there was sanction on Iran. They could only sell like in these backward deals with Russia and China, and they would switch flags on boats or transfer from one boat to another boat. And they had a situation where they couldn't sell their oil, so they were giving it out really cheap to the people. And then the people were going into neighboring countries and selling it for a big profit. They were subsidizing oil for the people. That's one of the reasons why they got into a big economic trouble there and had huge inflation. So that fact could, one, help their economy significantly and reduce oil prices even more, because we're going to be injected with Iranian oil that wasn't going to the rest of the world over the past few years. The provision for waivers and sanction, this is in the details, include the provision for waivers of sanction on oil sales take effect immediately upon signing the agreement. This also covers necessary services, including banking, transportation, and insurance needed to facilitate the sales. Iran is expected to receive upfront sanction reliefs under the deal, with further relief tied to Iran's performance. And of course, oil drops on this news sharply. As you can see, as soon as the news came out, we saw it starting to sell off. President Trump says the second phase of the deal could go fast. Trump expects a smooth signing process and plans to submit the agreement to Congress for review. He said that the MOU would be released to the media in the next coming days, and added that the Strait of Hormuz will be open fully by Friday. Right now, we have not seen the actual deal. The deal hasn't come out, what's written there exactly. So things can change, things can be dynamic. We'll see. Again, the 60-day period is going to be very interesting. Things could be very fragile again. People keep saying, well, why does this matter? Why does all this matter for the price of XRP? Well, we have seen that, of course, good news around the end of the conflict has set XRP to the upside. We've also seen that lower prices on oil could mean that the Fed is going to reduce interest rates in the next coming months if lower oil prices means lower inflation. Now, I want to emphasize something. Actually, on my stock video, someone wrote in the comment section about this, and I answered him. He said, well, I said, this Fed chairman tomorrow, right? Because tomorrow's the meeting. Who knows what he's going to do? But Trump put him there to reduce interest rates, right? And the person said in the comment section, well, the Fed chairman himself doesn't decide what's going to happen. It's the committee that votes on it, and then they make the decision. But, and that's true, it's the whole committee has to vote on this. But history has told us that the committee usually votes to what the chairman wants. That's what history tells us. And again, maybe Powell is still on the committee, remember. So maybe he's against reducing interest rates. Maybe because he's not the face anymore, he'll vote for reducing interest rates. But it seems like the probabilities are telling us that this time around, there's not going to be a reduction. What's going to be very interesting is going to be the speech and what Kevin Warsh is going to tell us. That's going to be what's interesting this time around. Now, if you want to take advantage of this and the potential of XRP and the rest of the crypto market heating up, our partner BTCC will give you the opportunity. And not only that, I asked them to do a special competition for us to get us, in shape, right? And so we're going to be doing a 3,500 XRP giveaway. And I want the winner to be the person that has the highest trading amount. Okay. We're going to do a competition. Again, you don't have to participate in this, but the winner is going to be the person that has the highest trading amount on BTCC on this time frame from 16th of June to 16th of July, and that person is going to win. This is another boost that BTCC is giving us. If you're interested, link is in the description down below. You sign up using my link, you deposit, and you trade, and that's how you become eligible. And the winner is going to be the person with the highest trading amount. And so that's going to be this month. Again, I will get a commission if you use my link. So thank you for that. And please, please, please trade responsibly. Okay. There is risk in using leverage. So again, you don't have to be part of this if you want to, at your own risk. Okay. Link is in the description down below. As always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. So, big deal coming from Ripple. Ripple to enter Africa with 3.3 billion deal. Ripple has acquired an equity stake in Flutterwave, valuing the African fintech at 3.3 billion. The move deepens Ripple push into Africa cross-border payment market. And it's interesting because Brad was just on was it Fox? I think it was on Fox. And they asked him about any more acquisitions, and he was like, "Well, I don't know. We just did a big, we've acquired a lot of companies over the past year, and all the integration into the company has been significant. So this is very interesting that this is happening. It seems that it's not straight up an acquisition from what I'm understanding here. It says, Patrick says, proud to share that Ripple has made a strategic investment in the company. RLUSD embedded into Flutterwave's payment rails, XRPL for faster clearing, Ripple payments bridging cross-border corridors across Africa, real-time settlement, lower costs, and built for scale. This is what stablecoin infrastructure looks like in practice. Excited for what we can build together. So they're not acquiring this company, but they are with a strategic investment. So it seems that they didn't want another acquisition because then again, when you acquire a company, then you have to integrate their employees or release their employees. So now they're just doing a investment. So this is very interesting. An update here from Ripple. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below about this. Now I want to talk about something very interesting about investing, about being bullish and being bearish and how we look at it. I try to give you different opinions, and I respect Benjamin Cohen's opinion. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, but I read this tweet for him and, it kind of clicked for me. Okay. So Benjamin says here, Bitcoin bear markets make fools of both bulls and bears. Bitcoin rallied from 80,000 to 98,000 from November 25th to January 26th. People were calling for super cycle and altcoin season. Bitcoin set new cycle lows in February 26, just like it usually does in midterm years. Bitcoin rallied from 60,000 to 82,000 from February 2026 to May 2026, and bears were relentlessly mocked and ridiculed again. Then BTC set new cycle lows in 2026, just like it usually does in midterm years. The cycle keeps playing out. And I want to pause for a second. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Remember, the cycle kind of played out, but we never got the super cycle. So or will we never get the super bottom? That's the theory. It makes the bulls look like fools because the market trends up for so long, only to wipe out all the gains in a very short period, right? It makes the bears look like fools because the market spends a lot of time trending up before breaking down quickly. So the bear thesis will often look wrong when it is right. Don't let emotions rule your investment decisions. Have a plan and stick to it. This is something that I always tell you. I say, if you have a plan in place and stick to it, right? Don't let emotions rule your decisions. It's so easy to fall into emotions and to fall into FOMO and to fall into fear. But if you have a plan in place, and for each time frame you have a plan, short term, medium term, long term, then if the market fluctuates like it's been fluctuating here over the past year, you zoom out and you look, oh, long term, oh, I invested in XRP at 50 cents. Wow, that's great. XRP now is at $1.20. I'm up on it. Amazing. Were there other assets that were up more? Yes, but there are also other assets that are down more. You never know. Hindsight is always 2020, right? And so that's very important that if you make a decision and you have a plan in place and you stick to it, great. Sometimes it's going to be successful and sometimes it's not. This is just how investing is. Sometimes you're going to have a winner and you cut it by 50% and then it rallies and goes up significantly and you're like, "Oh my god, my theses were right, but why did I cut it by 50%?" Because that was your plan, right? And it could have gone down significantly and you took profit. It's all good, it's all okay. That's what differentiates the successful investors long term and the people that just, it goes up a little bit, they might be on a hot streak and then they're down, right? And so that's very important to remember. Okay. Now I want to touch on this, and this is very interesting because this will continue to be something that we're going to see and continue to see in US politics for forever, I think, from now. The backing of candidates with crypto dollars. So Eleanor says millions of crypto dollars have been deployed into tonight's Senate primary runoff between Republican Representative Barry Moore and former Navy SEAL Jared Hudson as they compete for the government open Senate seat, right? Fairshake alone has spent more than 12 million supporting Moore, while other crypto-backed PACs, including Fellowship PAC and Blockchain LF, have also spent heavily backing the Trump-endorsed Alabama congressman. But this is so important because you see now that we're trying to get the Clarity Act passed. And if there are Congress people that are pro crypto in Congress, it's better for the crypto industry, lobbying just like in any other industry. But until now, the money was going into weird ways, like with FTX and all that shenanigans. Now it's more specific, trying to get into these races and to affect. This is how all markets are. Same as, the banking business tries also to do this. And every single business has an interest. And if they want to get specific laws passed that are pro their industry, they're going to lobby those candidates. This is just how American and in general, all politics is, not just American politics. So it's going to be very interesting to see how much this can grow in the next coming years. And also I think this is going to happen more and more. We're going to see it on more and more platforms where you see stocks being tokenized. Maybe one day all stocks are going to be tokenized and it's just going to trade like that and not have any thing to do with the settling. But Coinbase is putting real stocks on chain for all of us. And so this, I think, this is going to be something that I know a lot of others exchanges already have this. BTCC has this and others. But this is a way that potentially you can invest your assets that are already on these exchanges, crypto exchanges, if you want to use your stable coins and not have to transfer it and convert it. And also it's going to be 24/7, which is going to be huge. Although some of us need the weekend or the nighttime to decompress, crypto is already 24/7 and it's hard, right? So when stocks go 24/7, it's going to be very interesting. Right now, XRP again is at 122. It's rising a little bit right now. We'll see what could potentially happen here for XRP and for the crypto market going into the Fed meeting decision tomorrow. It could be a very volatile day, but we'll talk about that tomorrow morning. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that tomorrow. And don't forget to check out BTCC and this amazing 3500 XRP giveaway if you are interested to be part of the competition. Again, Link is in the description down below to BTCC. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.